Hello my dear friends, it's Ms. Susan Pradhan, a teacher from Muluka Secondary School, second here with another lesson of class 7 geography, and the topic is inside our earth. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the interior of the earth, the formation of the earth and the different types of rocks. I hope in this difficult hour of lockdown, all of you are enjoying the videos and the study materials that I have been uploading since from many days back. Now let's move towards our lesson. So here is an image which you can see out here that the fruit is divided into two parts. So can you tell me into how many parts the fruit is divided? Obviously it is in two parts, but can you tell me that how many parts of the fruit do we see? We see three parts of the fruits. Okay, what are the names of the three parts? The outer one is a skin, the middle one is a flesh, and the innermost one is a seed. Why I am giving this example of fruit? I am giving the example of this fruit because this is how our earth is also made up of. Our earth is also divided into different parts. The interior of the earth is divided into different parts. So this is the example which I am going to provide to you in the beginning of the lesson. Now moving towards the next one. The earth has three layers. The crust on the top, a thick layer of matter in the middle called mantle, the dense core in the center. So this is how the earth is divided into three parts, that is crust, another is mantle and the core. Now look over this image. You can see clearly in this image that the crust, which is extend up to 5 to 40 kilometer, and the another one is mantle, which is 2,900 kilometer, and the outer core is extended up to 5,140 kilometer, and the last one, that is the inner core, which is 6,370 kilometer. So this is how the different portion of the earth has been divided, and the names of these all portions are different. Now moving to the next slide, let us know that how earth was formed. The formation of the earth. Formed like other planets when molecules floating around in space collected together. So how earth was formed? कसरी बन्यो त भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ earth चाहिँ अरु प्लानेटको जस्तै चाहिँ जति पनि मोलिक्युल्सहरु चाहिँ हाम्रो युनिभर्समा, हाम्रो ग्यालेक्सीमा चाहिँ जुन फ्लोट भएको थियो, त्यही एक अर्कासँग जोडिएर त्यो कोलाइड भएर चाहिँ हाम्रो अर्थ पनि बनिएको थियो. So this is how our earth was made. Particles grew in size when more rocks crashed against this. र के भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ when there was a collision of these molecules, when there was a collision of different particles, it grew in size and became bigger and bigger. Most molecules that made the earth were iron molecules. That's why earth is very rich in iron. हाम्रो आइरनको डिपोजिट चाहिँ अर्थमा एकदमै बेसी छ. किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ because most of the molecules that made the earth were iron molecules. Okay, now moving towards the next slide. Formation of the earth, a lot of heat released when materials collide. So whenever the two materials will collide, obviously there will be a heat release. दुईटा चीज जब एक अर्कामा कोलाइड भयो भने चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट हाम्रो heat release हुन्छ, right? The center of the earth has hot molten iron as a result. That's why the inner part of the earth is still in a liquid phase ma cha अझै पनि हाम्रो inner part of the earth चाहिँ. The iron sank to the center of the earth as it is heavier than other metals. Why the maximum numbers of irons are found inside the earth interior? Because it sank inside the earth. Why? Because it is heavier. When it get heated, right, it turned into a liquid and then it sank inside our earth. That's why if we do a drilling, if we do a mining, then lots of iron can be taken out from our interior of the earth. Lighter molecules like silicon and carbon rose to the surface. And why these molecules of silicons and carbons are found in the surface? Because these are lighter. These molecules are lighter. That's why this is above the earth. And the molecules, the particles which are heavier, they went inside our earth. And the formation of the earth. Okay, surface of the earth cooled as space is very cold. When the earth was formed, so it was like a ball of fire. But slowly, the earth began to cool down. Right, cool down by के भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ the space was very cold. The earth surface became cold as space is very cold. If we go up in the sky, above the sky, when we go up in the space, then we feel cold. एकदमै जाडो छ, त्यस्तै earth पनि चिसो हुँदै जान थाल्यो. Solid rocks were formed called igneous rock. And then after, the rocks were also formed, and the first stage of the rock is known as a igneous rock. Steam cooled to form a water, ran down the surface as rivers and streams, carried sediments which became sedimentary rock. This is how the different particles of the earth came into existence. यो सबै कुराले हाम्रो अर्थहरु चाहिँ बनिएको छ र बिस्तारै नयाँ चीजहरु चाहिँ हाम्रो अर्थमा फर्म हुँदै जान थाल्यो है. The earth was not like this before. It was like a fire. It is known as a ball of fire. But slowly because of many chemical changes, physical changes, now the earth look like the present where we are living. Okay, moving towards the next slide, let's talk about the interior of our earth. Made up of concentric circles one inside the other. So it is like a concentric circle. र के हो concentric circles भनेको चाहिँ, that means layer after layer मा चाहिँ जुन एउटा सर्कल जस्तो खालको शेपमा बसेको छ त्यसलाई हामी concentric circle भन्छौं, जसबाट चाहिँ एउटा लेयरबाट अर्को लेयर छुट्टिन्छ. That means it is dividing the one portion to another portion, that is outer crust, mantle, core, right? So made up of rocks and minerals. Earth के ले बनेको छ हाम्रो interior भन्दाखेरि it is made up of rocks and minerals. Surface of the earth is very thick, covered by water, sand, soil and ice. The place where we are standing today, that is the surface, that is a crust, and it is extend up to 5 to 40 kilometers. है यो त्यत्रोसम्म एक्सटेन्ड भएको छ. किन why 5 to 40 भन्ने कुरा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ, because 5 when we go to the sea level, then it is only up to 5 kilometer, but when we goes to Himalayas and all, यो 40 kilometers सम्म चाहिँ extend भएको छ in order to reach the mantle. Okay, now here you can see crust 30 kilometers rocky, right? The outermost part of our surface, I mean degree temperature and 0 degree Celsius हामी देख्न सक्छौं. When we get inside the mantle, there is 1000 degree Celsius. What we found out there is plastic, magnesium, irons, aluminum, silicon, etc. And the inside, if we go below, if we go deep inside, then there will be a core that is 3700 degrees Celsius, where we will find a liquid stage of Fe, ferrous metal. Ferrous materials iron ore, so we found it in the liquid stage, and inside that there is an inner core which is having 4300 degrees Celsius, and this one is in solid, your solid phase masa. So this is how the interiors of the earth is divided. Now the crust. So what is crust? The crust is a place where we are living, and the uppermost layer of the earth is called a crust. जहाँ हामी बसिरहेको छौं, जहाँ उब्जनी गरेर हामी खाइरहेको छौं, जहाँनिर चाहिँ हामीले घर बनाइरहेको छौं, हामी कल्टिभेट गरिरहेको छौं, हामी एग्रिकल्चर एक्टिभिटीज गरिरहेको छौं, जहाँनिर नेचुरल भेजिटेसन हामी देखिरहेको छौं, that is a crust. So what is crust? A thin layer extending up to 35 km on the continents and 5 km on the ocean floor, that is a crust. A thin extending up to यहाँदेखि 35 km माथि र sea level मा गइने हाम्रो 5 km sea level मा हामी गइ 35 kilometers above, अनि hilly areas तिर आयो भने 5 kilometers above लाई चाहिँ हामी crust भनेर भन्छौं. Surface on which we live and see landscape made of rocks, soil and the sea. Continental mass mainly consists of minerals, silica, soil and aluminum, so-called shale, right? So this is how the crust is made up of. These are all the chemicals, minerals that has been found in the crust of our earth. So minerals found on the ocean floor are called silica and magnesium, and it is known as sema also. So you can see out here the ocean crust. So in the red one, that is a mantle, and the yellow one, that is a continental crust. So this is how the crust, the earth crust, is made up of, with the different minerals. Okay, the mantle beneath the crust. So just beneath the crust there is a mantle. So it is a thin layer comprising of solid rocky materials. That means what we found out there? There we found lots of solid materials, represent almost 85% of total weight and the mass of the earth. If we calculate the weight of the earth, that means 85% of the weight of the earth will be expressed by the mantle. Mantle ले चाहिँ अर्थ को 85% एरिया चाहिँ कभर गरेको छ. So it is extend up to 2,900 kilometer. So here you can see that subduction zone, ocean island, ridge, right? So these are the different layers that has been found in the mantle, and the most inside, the innermost, that is a core. So this is how mantle is made up of. And the last one is a core, right? The innermost part, mantle देखि आउँछ, outer core, and then after it comes the inner core. The core lies at the center of the earth, extend up to 3,500 kilometer. हाम्रो धरती देखि पनि 3,500 kilometer हामी चाहिँ if we start digging and get inside and inside, when we reach 3,500 kilometers down, then only we reach the core. Further divided into outer core and inner core. The core is also divided into two parts. त्यसलाई हामी भन्छ बाहिरी भागलाई हामी outer core भन्छ, अझ भित्रीको भागलाई हामी inner core भनेर चाहिँ हामी भन्न सक्छौं. So what are the things that are found in this area? भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ outer core is filled with molten liquid lava which is very hot. So that means outer core is in a liquid state. Lava stage मा छ. कुनै पनि चीज त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ केमा छ? Liquid state मा. Mainly consist of liquid iron and smaller amount of sulfur and nickel. So what is the minerals that are available in the outer core? भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ iron which is in liquid form and sulfur and nickel. Both these minerals are in liquid form. Consists the earth magnetic field. So gravitational force, है, जहाँ हाम्रो चुम्बकीय शक्ति कहाँबाट आउँछ त भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यही कोर्सबाट कोरबाट चाहिँ हाम्रो निस्किन्छ. यसलाई हामी म्याग्नेटिक फिल्ड भनेर पनि हामी भन्न सक्छौं. सो यु क्यान सी ओभर द इमेज आउट हियर द क्रस्ट, है, द अप्पर मोस्ट पार्ट अफ आवर अर्थ, द मेन्टल which comprise the maximum portion of the earth, the outer which is in liquid state, and the inner part which is in solid state. Okay, the core out here also. Inner core contains the same minerals but is solid. आउटर कोरमा लिक्विड स्टेजमा छ भने चाहिँ हामी जब इनर कोरमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ सेम मेटेरियल्स अवेलेबल हुन्छ जुन विच इज इन आउटर कोर. बट इनर कोरमा चाहिँ द सेम मेटेरियल्स, द सेम मिनरल्स आर इन सलिड स्टेज. प्रेसर इज सो हाई दैट आयरन क्यान्ट मेल्ट. वाइ? किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिकज अफ द प्रेसर. प्रेसर एकदमै बेसी हाई भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आयरन चाहिँ मेल्टै हुन सक्दैन. मिनरल्स फाउन्ड हियर आर मोस्टली निकल एन्ड आयरन, फेरस called knife. So what are the minerals that are found? That is nickel and ferrous, and all these are in solid state. So you can see the image out here: lithosphere, mantle, core, metallic liquid, outer core, and solid inner core. Why the inner core is in solid state? Because the pressure is very high. Because of very high pressure, the iron or other minerals are in the solid state out there. Now let's study about the earth interiors. Impossible to dig the earth to know more about earth interior. So scientists had discovered many things regarding the interior of the earth, but it is almost impossible for us to go inside the earth, in deep inside the earth. That is, we are not able to reach in the inner core or outer core of our earth till today. So scientists use seismic waves to sense the earth core. र कसरी चाल पाउँछ साइन्टिस्टले भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ they had prepared technology through which they can measure it. That is through a seismograph. त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी भन्छ seismograph. seismic waves नाप्ने हुन्छ, त्यसलाई हामी seismograph भनेर भन्छौं. र seismic waves चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ seismic waves are energy waves caused by earthquake. Whenever there will be earthquake, के हुन्छ? भाइब्रेट हुन्छ. र भाइब्रेट भएपछि के हुन्छ? त्यो भाइब्रेसनमा चाहिँ जुन वेव्स आउँछ हाम्रोमा, त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ seismic waves भनेर चाहिँ भन्छौं. Earthquake sends out seismic waves in all directions just as a stone thrown into a pond sends out the waves. र कस्तो हुन्छ seismic waves भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ whenever we throw a stones in a pond, हामीले पोन्डमा एउटा स्टोन हाल्दाखेरि के हुन्छ? जहाँनिर त्यो स्टोन झरेको हुन्छ त्यसको छेउछेउबाट एउटा वेभ जस्तो चाहिँ एउटा भाइब्रेसन मोसन चाहिँ वरिपरि एउटा सर्कुलर पाथमा चाहिँ भएर जान्छ है। त्यस्तै खालके इफ द अर्थक्वेक अकर्स, इफ समथिङ विल डिसब्यालेन्स इनसाइड द अर्थ देन देयर अकर्स अ वेभ, अनि त्यो वेभ्स पनि त्यस्तै पाराले चाहिँ जान्छ, त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी सिस्मिक वेभ्स भनेर चाहिँ भन्छौँ। अर्थक्वेक सेन्ड्स आउट टू काइन्ड्स अफ वेभ्स, द्याट इज प्राइमेरी वेभ एन्ड सेकेन्डरी वेभ्स। दुईटा टाइप सिस्मिक वेभ्स आर अल्सो डिभाइडेड इन्टु टू पार्ट्स, द्याट इज प्राइमेरी वेभ्स एन्ड सेकेन्डरी वेभ्स। सो यु क्यान सी ओभर हियर in middle one, that is a blue one, that is a primary waves, and the red one is a seismic waves। र प्राइमेरी वेभ्स भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जो चाहिँ हरिजेन्टली जहाँबाट अर्थक्वेक सुरु भएको छ, जहाँबाट एउटा भाइब्रेट भएको छ त्यो चाहिँ सिधै जान्छ। अनि प्राइमेरी वेभ्स चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट ट्राभल्स इन बोथ सलिड, लिक्विड एन्ड ग्यास, तिनटै चाहिँ मा यो तिनटै स्टेजमा चाहिँ स्टेट्समा चाहिँ यो के हुन्छ ट्राभल गर्छ, सलिड, लिक्विड एन्ड ग्यासमा। वेयरएज जुन यो सेकेन्डरी वेभ छ इट वन्ट ट्राभल इन लिक्विड, यो चाहिँ लिक्विडमा ट्राभल गर्दैन, यो ग्यासमा ट्राभल गर्दैन। किन गर्दैन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिकज द मोलिक्युल्स अफ द लिक्विड्स आर नट इन्टर रिलेटेड विथ इच अदर। वेयरएज यो सलिडमा यो ट्राभल गर्छ तर लिक्विड र ग्यासमा ट्राभल गर्दैन। र सिस्मिक यो वेभ्स चाहिँ अब कसरी हामी चाल पाउँछौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो वेभ जस्तै प्रकारले हामी भन्छौँ वेनेभर सपोज इफ द अर्थक्वेक इज अबाउट टु अकर देन प्लान्ट एनिमल्सहरूले चाहिँ पहिल्यै चाल पाउँछ है। चराहरू करायो, कुकुरहरू भुक्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ वी थिङ्क्स द्याट समथिङ है इज गोइङ टु ह्यापन, समथिङ भेरी ब्याड इज गोइङ टु ह्यापन भनेर चाहिँ हामी चाल पाउँछौँ। सो यो वेभ चाहिँ सबैभन्दा छिटो चाहिँ एनिमल्सहरूले चाहिँ चाल पाउँछ, तर हामी चाहिँ कब चाल पाउँछौँ भन्दाखेरि वेनेभर द डिस्ट्रक्सन विल अकर, देन आफ्टर ओन्ली वी विल नो अबाउट दिस वेव्स, स्टडी अफ द अर्थ इन्टेरियर। ओके, प्राइमेरी वेव्स मुभ लङ्गिट्युडनली एन्ड सो कल्ड लङ्गिट्युडनल अर कम्प्रेसन वेव्स। मैले भनिहालेँ यो लङ्गिट्युडनली जान्छ भनेर, द्याट मिन्स जहाँबाट वेभ सुरु भयो त्यसकै सिधा भएर जान्छ, अनि यो तिनटै चिजमा चाहिँ इट विल ट्राभल। सेकेन्डरी वेव्स मुभ्स परपेन्डिकुलर टु द डाइरेक्सन इन विच इट इज ट्राभलिङ। र सेकेन्डरी वेव्स कस्तो जान्छ, यो पनि परपेन्डिकुलर डाइरेक्सनमा जान्छ है। ओके, स्लोवर देन पी वेव्स एन्ड ट्राभल ओन्ली थ्रु सलिड रक्स। र सेकेन्डरी वेव्स चाहिँ एकदम स्लो हुन्छ, यो चाहिँ एकदम स्लो मुभ्स गर्छ, जस्तै 1 किलोमिटर 2 किलोमिटर ओन्ली 3 or 4 सेकेन्डमा चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ ट्राभल गर्छ, र यो चाहिँ सलिड पार्टिकल्समा चाहिँ यो चाहिँ ट्राभल गर्छ, वेयरएज अरूमा गर्दैन। सो साइन्टिस्ट आर एबल टु फाइन्ड आउट द डेन्सिटी एन्ड द कम्पोजिसन अफ द अर्थ, वाट मिनरल्स आर फाउन्ड एसेट्रा बाई अब्जर्भिङ दिस वेव्स। सो हाउ द साइन्टिस्ट वर एबल टु नो ऑल अबाउट थिङ्स बिकज अफ दिस waves, Okay, now types of rocks. So let us study about the different types of rocks. So igneous means made from fire or heat. Initially all rocks are igneous, formed when liquid lava coming out, volcanoes cool down and solidifies. Liquid rocks inside a volcano is called magma. When it flows out on the sides of the mountain, it is called lava. So igneous rock is also known as the primary rock. यसलाई हामी प्यारेन्ट रक भनेर पनि हामी भन्न सक्छौँ, किनभने सबै रक्सहरूको बाप, सबै रक्सहरूको जन्मदाता भनेर चाहिँ हामी भन्न सक्छौँ इग्नियस रक। हाउ इट अरिजिनेट भन्दाखेरि वेनेभर द लाभा फ्लो केम आउट फ्रम द इन्टेरियर अफ द अर्थ, देन वेन इट कुल डाउन्स इट सलिडिफाइज एन्ड दिस टर्न इन्टु अ इग्नियस रक है। यसलाई चाहिँ हामी इग्नियस रक भन्छ, त्यही कारण इट इज अ प्राइमेरी rock, it is a parent rock. So from this rock only other rocks are made up of. So you can see in the image that the magma and the lava which are coming out, यही चिसो भएर cool down भयो, solidify भएपछि चाहिँ this rock turn into igneous rock. Okay, what are the different types of igneous rock? भन्दा igneous rocks are different types like granite, pumice and obsidian. These are the different types of igneous rock. So I had already told you that igneous rocks कहाँबाट बनिन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ when the molten lava that come out from the earth interiors, when it cool downs, when it solidifies, त्यसलाई हामी भन्छ igneous rock. Igneous rocks are also two types, that is intrusive igneous rock and extrusive igneous rock. Intrusive igneous rocks हामी केलाई भन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ the rocks which cool downs and solidifies inside the interior of the earth, त्यसलाई intrusive भन्छ। तर जुन मोल्टन लाभा म्याग्माहरू चाहिँ बाहिर आएर चाहिँ कुल डाउन हुन्छ, सलिडिफाइज हुन्छ, वी कल इट एक्सट्रुसिभ। बाहिर आएर चिसो भएकोलाई रक फर्ममा आएकोलाई एक्सट्रुसिभ, द रक्स विच remain inside and cool down, त्यसलाई हामी भन्छ intrusive igneous rock. Okay, another is types of rocks. There are different types of rock. There are three types of rocks: are there igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and the metamorphic rock. The sedimentary rocks भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ these are the rocks which are formed by the deposits of the sediments. र यहाँ इमेजमा पनि तिमी हेर्न सक्छौ, there is a layer देख्छौ तिमीहरूले है, एउटा रकमै लेयर देख्दैछौ. That means the depositional rock ले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ है. Over here you can find a different remains of plants and animals पनि है. Plants and animals हरुको पनि remains हरु चाहिँ हामी यसमा चाहिँ पाउन सक्छौ है. र sedimentary rocks form when sediments deposit by wind and water solidify है. Wind and water breaks igneous rocks into smaller particles over millions of years, like over years, due to weight of the upper layers of the sediments. अब जब थिचिन्छ, जब यो सेडिमेन्ट्सहरु बलुवाहरु केही चीजहरु थिचेर बेसी प्रेसर भयो, कम्प्रेस भएर चाहिँ बनिएको रकलाई नै हामी सेडिमेन्ट्री रक्स भनिन्छ है. किनभने डिपोजिट भएर you can see clearly in the image also, because layer भएको छ, एउटै चीजले बनिएको छैन. There are different types of things. So fossils-हरु पनि हामीले कहाँ पाउँछौं? पहिलाको डाइनोसर्सहरु भयो, different types of animals, different types of insects, right? We can find the fossils of all these plants in sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks are usually formed in layers called strata. Stratification को माध्यमले यो बनिन्छ. एउटा माथि अर्को थिचिन्छ, अर्को माथि अर्को थिचिन्छ, त्यसमा कम्प्रेस हुन्छ र कम्प्रेस भएर यो टालिन्छ. टाल्लेपछि it comes or it forms into a sedimentary rock. And another is the types of sedimentary rocks. र कस्तो खालको टाइपको छ sedimentary rocks हरु हामीले भन्दा sandstone, gypsum, shale, limestone. So these are the example of the sedimentary rock. Limestone है, हामी चुना we use गरिहाल्छौँ, स्कुलमा पनि हामी युज गर्छौँ. And 75% of the earth's surface is covered with sedimentary rock. That means 75% हाम्रो अर्थमा चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ रक्स हामी भेटौँछ भन्दा that is a sedimentary rocks, and it contains fossils also, because it takes millions and millions of time to form. Another is a metamorphic rock. The word metamorphic, meta means के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ चेन्ज, टु चेन्ज फर्म. मेटामोर्फ इज अ टु चेन्ज फर्म. सो रक इज फर्म डीप विदिन द अर्थ. कहाँ हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ हाम्रो अर्थको भित्र हुन्छ यो. ग्रेट अमाउन्ट अफ हिट एन्ड प्रेसर इन द अर्थ इन्टेरियर, द इग्नियस एन्ड सेडिमेन्टरी रक्स गेट्स ट्रान्सफर्ड इन्टु मेटामेटिक रक. व्हेन देयर बी अ ग्रेट प्रेसर है इन द रक, इग्नियस रक र सेडिमेन्टरी रकमा जब एकदमै बेसी प्रेसर अकर हुन्छ हाम्रो अर्थको इन्टेरियरमा, त्यति बेला अर्थ चाहिँ रक चाहिँ झिटा भएर चाहिँ झर्छ है. त्यस्तो खालकेलाई हामी चाहिँ के भन्छ, मेटामोर्फिक रक्स भनेर भन्छ. मोस्ट कमन मेटामोर्फिक रक इज मार्बल. हामी कहाँ पाउँछौँ मार्बल? ओपनली स्पेसमा पाउँदैन. वी फाउन्ड इट इनसाइड द अर्थ क्रस्ट, अर्थ इन्टेरियरमा चाहिँ हामी पाउँछौँ. र जब एकदमै बेसी प्रेसर हुन्छ मेटामोर्फिक रकलाई र sedimentary rocks and igneous rocks, like at the time the metamorphic rocks will form. So limestone gets transferred into marble. Limestone चाहिँ केमा ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it turns into a marble. You have already seen a marble that we use it in the construction of our homes also. Other example are slate, schist, genesis and quartzite. So these are the example of metamorphic rock. And metamorphic rock like हामी marble मा है tiles-हरु हामी चाहिँ we are using. And the important one is a rock cycle. So rock cycle, like a water cycle, there is also a rock cycle. So it means it refers to the change of rocks from one type to another. कसरी हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ कसरी यो चाहिँ ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it transforms from a primary stage to secondary and then after another stage. Igneous rock is called a barren rock. है के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ igneous rock transfer into a sedimentary rock, and again the sedimentary rock transfer into a metamorphic rock. है यो रकको साइकललाई चाहिँ हामी के भन्छौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ rock cycle भन्छौँ. Igneous rocks are broken down into smaller particles and they are carried by wind and water so far and deposited. These deposits over time harden to form sedimentary rocks. So this is how the sedimentary rocks are formed. And again the sedimentary rocks change into a metamorphic rock. You can see in the picture also. So what are the different agents of the rock cycle are? weathering, transportation, deposition, lithification, right? Consolidation, crystallization. These are the different stages of the rock cycle. Transportation means the carrier like wind, water, right? Transport the igneous rock, the particles, and deposit हुँदै जान्छ अनि lithified त्यसलाई के हुँदै जान्छ, solidified हुन्छ, माथिबाट थिचिँदै जान्छ. Then after it turn into sedimentary rocks पनि जब अझै बेसी प्रेसरमा आउँछ त्यहाँदेखि it turn into metamorphic rocks. फेरि metamorphic rocks पनि भित्र गएर म्याग्मामा मिल्छ, इन्टेरियर, अर्थको इन्टेरियरमा. Again the magma come out in a form of lava. Again it solidifies, it cool down, and again it become igneous rock. Again igneous rock will broken down, right? And it will be carried out by the action of wind, water. कहाँ गएर फेरि यो डिपोजिट हुन्छ, सोलिडिफाई हुन्छ, लिथिफाई हुन्छ, फेरि सेडिमेन्टरी हुन्छ. द होल साइकल इज नोन एज अ रक साइकल. And here you can see a rock cycle. More particles get deposited, the lower layers get pressed deep into the earth. Very hot in the earth's interior, rocks are subject to great heat and pressure. So inside the interior of the earth, they receive a great heat and pressure. Right? That's why they break down and the cycle continues and continues. And metamorphic rocks are further subjected to heat and pressure, melt and become igneous rock. Metamorphic rock पनि के हुन्छ भनेपछि यो झन् टुक्रिएर जान्छ. टुक्रिएर गएपछि चाहिँ यो it reaches the innermost part of our earth, that is outer core. Again it come outside in the form of lava, and again यो चिसो भएपछि हाम्रो igneous rock हुन्छ. This cycle is repeated. Rock cycle is repeated all over again and again. So lot of minerals that are found deep within the earth get transported to the surface. This is how the minerals which are available inside the earth are come outside because of this rock cycle. Okay, minerals. So here the minerals. What are minerals? Minerals are made up of rocks, made up of minerals. So rocks are made up of minerals. We see different types of minerals inside the rock. Minerals made of chemicals, either a single or combination of several. Minerals के लिए बनेको हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ whether there will be a single chemicals elements or whether there will be a different elements. So chemicals or मिसिएर पनि बनिएको हुन्छ. There are about 2000 minerals in the earth, and it is broadly divided into silicate minerals and non-silicate minerals. Silicate minerals मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि it contains iron, it contains silica and oxygen, and non-silicate minerals मा चाहिँ silica र oxygen हुँदैन. Minerals can be identified by their color, shape and texture. This is how the minerals are found. So these are some of the important minerals which are found in our earth, and in which type of rock these types of minerals are found. You can see clearly over in this image also. And what are the places, or what are the such where these minerals are used, कसरी चाहिँ how these minerals are used, where we can use all these kinds of minerals, you can see clearly over in this image. So with this I would like to conclude this session. Goodbye, tata, namaste, and let's meet in another session. Thank you. Have a nice day.